What up to the podverse and everybody sleeping in the cloud? Welcome to the Black Law, where we talk black about TV, film, music. Sometimes we just digress and drink coffee or hot tea, which is recommended by 3 out of 4 cardiologists. My name is Rod. The gentleman to my left or to my right, I never get that right. You're looking. Whoever he is, his name is Rod. His name is Ryan, and he's my brother, Purple Knight, fellow Bison, my co-host, my cohort. Say hello to the folks out there, Ryan.
What up? What up? What up? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
I don't know. It looks like that Donkey Kong. You
tore that song up.
Huh?
You tore that song up.
I did.
It's more so do 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 boom 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 boom.
Oh, that's kind of the same with the little.
No, that did not sound like what you just did, bro.
Do.
Nah, you just did what I just did, bro. All right, man. Hey, man, if y'all are watching on YouTube, if y'all are watching on YouTube, remember how pitiful it was on Atari 2600? Remember that little dude, bro?
It did.
It was rolling though. I mean, I liked it because that's all we had. But
we were happy, man.
I was happy.
See, you lived the life of Sega, Genesis, and PS. So you just
no. You know what? I think this weekend I might play it on my Atari 2600. Remember, I got that big system. I gotta find Donkey Kong. There you go. M Network Football, where the dude used to run. He used to run, and you think he'd be running for the touchdown, but no, he come out the other side of the screen and come back, and you have to try to stop him, bro.
I'm truly surprised that Sega or PS1 they haven't come out with like a very realistic Donkey Kong, like a ape, yeah, like just destroy like a single person, like
you know what they have that virtual thing where they play the football. They might come out with one and you just running, bro, and jumping over some barrels, bro. They might. I'd buy it.
It's just
my old knees might give out on me, but for a minute, I give them a little bit.
What you gonna be?
What'd be real funny is if somehow they get it where if you actually trip over the barrel on the game, you trip over it in real life. That would be funny. It wouldn't be funny for me if I did it, but it'd be funny for somebody else.
That would truly hurt. But for real,
if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and share. And if you're listening to podcasts, you can find us wherever they got podcasts. Apple, Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating. And, if you don't like what you hear, leave that 5-star rating. We promise we'll try to do better next time. And you can find a lot more clips all at the other spots, like the IG spots and the Facebook and the TikTok and the
reach out to us. Tell us. Give us feedback. Tell us what you think. We'd like to know.
And shout out to E. Tiffany Custom Creations, found at etiffanycreations.com. Hey man, they hook you up
for all your apparel needs.
Little cockroach, bro.
Not little cockroach. Where you get that? Wait, cockroach?
That's what cockroach used to do on Martin.
Really? Well, that was cold. You said cockroach.
Oh, my bad.
That was cold. I was like,
my bad. I messed that up. Really.
You're getting
same person.
You're getting your
different character.
You're getting your iconic characters mixed up. That's what it is. Like it's like with the cockroach, they caca. As you know, we've been good times. Episode 7, the IQ test, directed by Herb Kennewick, written by Jay Moriarty and Mike Milligan, who wrote on The Jeffersons. That's what I like to call the now shows. What's happening now? That's my mama now. And the last show they wrote on was The Royal Family, which was Red Fox's last show.
And Rod is about to give you what we call a brief summary. Our brief summary is brought to you by Brevity. If you didn't have it, we'd be here all day.
Basically, Michael is graduating from junior high school. They're throwing a party for him. James bought Michael a gold-plated pen and pencil set. JJ returns in love with the wonder, huh?
Hey, we gotta talk about that gold-plated pen. I'll get to it.
JJ returns he's in love with his Henrietta. JJ asked could he invite Henrietta to the gathering they're having tonight. They okay. Michael returns home. We learn that he didn't complete an IQ test. They want to talk to Michael. Michael don't want to talk about it. James said, ain't gonna be no party since Michael don't want to talk about it. Michael then explains that the IQ test was a white racist test. Michael enlightens everyone on how it measures how white you are, and not how intelligent you are. Florida and James go to visit the man who wrote that letter about, because I didn't say that, someone said that they recommend Michael go to trade school instead of going to regular 4-year college.
And ain't nothing wrong with trade school, just letting you know.
Florida and James go down to visit the man who wrote this decision on Michael needing to go to trade school. Florida and James present to this man, who is named Mr. Hargrove, they present to him a black intelligence test that was created by a black psychologist, and he fails. And they leave triumphantly saying, Michael's gonna go to college, and as you all know,
Come on, James. Let's get home so we can sew his Supreme Court robe.
Florida, I think they'll provide him with a robe. But that's a brief summary. We open, like I said, in the family is abreast, is happy. Michael is graduating from junior high. There's a party they're getting ready to celebrate. Florida has just created one of her infamous $5 stews that's going to feed the multitudes. James,
what was it? What beef surprise? With that,
if you find
that
meat
stupid
in
ass
it,
joke.
if you find meat in it, say surprise. You know,
stupid ass joke.
Little poverty joke. James in Florida envision Michael.
It's so happy though.
I
gotta admit, man, it's so happy. Season 2 Evans, bro. I'm impressed.
It's definitely because they was on
season 2 Evans are happy, man.
Because season 1 they was on the run.
Season 1 Evans, boy, that make you drink.
Every week they was on the run. Every week they was on the run from the Bills.
They was on the run from Smitty and Hoppy and
everything. Like I said, James comes home and he says he bought Michael this gold-plated pen and pencil set as a gift for his graduation.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this gold-plated.
Okay.
You got a 12-year-old. He's a young 12-year-old. Yeah, he is definitely an intelligent kid. But he's also a kid who likes to play basketball, do all kind of things, living in Cabrini Green. Your present to him, graduating and going on to the 8th grade or 9th grade, a pen.
Yeah. Gold-plated pen and pencil.
The uncomfortable silence was purposeful.
I thought it was a nice gesture.
I thought that was ass. You have got to be kidding me, bro.
Well, everybody was ass because Walona tried, but what?
What they? I can't remember what Walona in.
Huh?
And why Walona and why Florida and James didn't have the same gift coming from both parents? I have no idea because Florida came out with some other gift, so they got a gift from.
Well, she didn't have another gift
because her and Wait, what did Walona get him?
A
Was it the
gold
pen?
plated, the exact same
Oh.
shit. That's why. That's why she had. That's why she
That makes
popped
it
in.
worse.
It had.
Makes it
If
worse.
she popped in
And
and
I
popped
apologize
out.
because I had to rewatch it a little bit because I know I watched it a while back. I had to go back and kind of speed it up a little bit. Come on, bro. You can't get that man a
you want?
basketball or maybe some
But a
some nice
basketball, but it's like
some fly
it's-
t-shirt, bro.
Oh,
Some
come
fly
on.
shirt with some butterfly collars, bro.
But that's like they say, man. We encouraging the kids. Hey, here's a basketball. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I'm talking about the dude just having fun, man. What about some rock'em sock'em robots?
Rock, Rock'em Soccer. For Michael.
What about
For Michael.
an electric
For
football
Michael.
set?
For Michael. That's what we talking. We talking about Michael Evans. Think about that.
Then,
I'm just telling
then
you.
if that's the case, get him the Bible, man, or something. Get him his own Bible. Get him a book.
He already, Lord knows he didn't got a Bible. He had to tell Florida in the first season about her own Bible. Think about that.
That's terrible.
He didn't tell Florida about the boy reads everything. I gotta get him something. I
He
know
reads
he
everything.
doesn't.
He don't have every book. He don't have every book.
Okay, he doesn't. But I gotta get him something that he does. I know he doesn't have because he doesn't have the money for a gold-plated pen and pencil set.
He doesn't have a pen. Again, the uncomfortable silence was purposeful. Maybe if it was 1985, he could have got him an eraser mate. Hey, remember that? Remember the eraser mate pens, bro?
Oh my god!
Hey, remember with the
Yeah.
eraser mate pens, you had to get like there was certain eraser mate pens where if you erase, it was just a big smudge, bro. But then there were those good eraser mate pens. They erase real well.
You,
This is what you call digression.
I really thought the eraser mate. We got from a gold
I used to
plated,
love eraser mates.
which I thought was a nice gift. I thought it was a nice thought to the eraser mate. Oh my god!
You want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny is that I never even thought about the gold-plated pen until I was just briefly going through the show to try to catch up, make sure I, caught all of the parts to make sure I talk about it. I was like, then I just rewound like a pen. I said, dude, they really got to do the pen, and thought that was cool.
It was a pen and pencil set, gold plated, 24 karat.
That's
gold.
even worse, bruh. A pen and pencil set, bruh. like that dude in kindergarten, bruh. He's like in the middle of, he's like in between second and third grade, bruh.
It's the 70s, and that was a thing back then. That really, I think that was a thing back then. To
Oh,
have
for
a
real?
gold.
Tell me about the gold-plated pen mom and dad got you.
Well, I did get one
Well.
for high school graduation. Yes, I did.
High school graduation,
Yes.
not junior high.
Not from them, but somebody else. So,
Oh, I said, tell me about the gold-plated pen you got from mom and dad. No, because mom and dad got you a good gift.
I cannot. To the audience, this is really a digression. This is a true digression because I did not see this off ramp. I did not see. I did not see us hitting. I did not. I am very shocked. This is the one. I did not see this coming.
And while we at it, while we throw in, are you about to talk about James and imitating Michael being
Yeah,
as a
that's what I
Supreme
was
Court
trying
judge?
to move. I
Tell me
really
about
was.
that.
I was
I
trying
got
to
something
move
on
on
that
to
too.
that.
I got something on that too.
And James talking about how we can't wait to see Michael when he becomes he presents the opening argument for his first case, and he imitates what he thinks Michael would do. I guess you have something to say about that.
I didn't know if he had little script, little words for it.
I mean, I had a little ipso facto thing. It just was kind
All
of.
I know is that sixth grade education, he got a hell of a lot of vocabulary out of that sixth grade education.
He does. To say that's, because I've heard some people who, in recent months, we've learned a lot about this country. People with sixth grade educations, and they don't sound like James. They do not sound like James ever see it. But man, a lot of people could drop out of school and be very intelligent. Like Whoopi Goldberg dropped out. Whoopi Goldberg dropped out at ninth grade. Ninth grade.
Oh, you know what? If you're saying that, then I take everything back that I said about James Evans, because you could have never told me that listening to her speak. Her vocabulary is I equate. I mean, no, I'm not gonna say that. That's a bad thing to say.
If I'm correct, and I think they have GEDs. Two people who have GEDs and dropped out in ninth grade. Whoopi Goldberg, Michael J. Fox.
Okay, I take that. Everything I said. That, my friends, that I did was a horrible stereotype of sixth grade education only people.
But it spoke to the period, and it spoke to the educational system that honestly people thought were bad then. But now that we come to the 2025, we be like, man, they were pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They were pretty good, man. I mean, I've heard some people that I know who weren't the sharpest knife talking about. Well, everybody knows, talking about the branches of government and stuff like that. But then today you hear people like who don't know the branches of government. So it is different.
The branches of government are actual branches of trees.
Stop it! Just stop it! Stop it! You know what? JJ returns home
and
in love.
Yeah.
Stop. JJ comes home and he is in love. His Henrietta. She is, as he puts it, she is the hot sauce on his ribs. He asked, he talked so well about it. He said, "Do you think God. Henrietta could come to tonight's festivities?"
On his ribs.
He digs her. We definitely get ourselves a Kid Dynamite, because that's the era we are in right now.
We did. It did make an appearance. And shortly thereafter, Rod is going to get angry
because Florida mocks it. Yes, stop that! Oh my God! But it balances later, because they play the Florida's comedic strengths later in the show. JJ, like I said, JJ asked for her to let her come, and they agreed to it, and he's excited. Let me go get cleaned up for the night. Before he leaves, James says, "You got your nose so open, you ain't even thought about getting your brother a gift." And he said, "How you gonna say that, Dad? I got my brother a gift for his graduation." He pulls out a painting of Michael in a judge's robe, which is colored purple. And they asked him, this is Michael in his Supreme Court justice robe. And they said, "Why you colored it purple?" And he said, "Because I ran out of black."
And the funny part is, if he would have never said anything about purple, I just thought it was
I just ran with it because I thought it was a great painting. I mean, of course, painted by the great Ernie Barnes. Walona comes by, and we find out, like we said earlier, and she has bought Gramps a pen and pencil set, the same gold-plated pen and pencil set that James bought for Michael. She says a joke or two, then bounces out and says she's gonna be back, but she made him a chocolate cake with chocolate chips, right? Spelling out power to the people. Sometimes they kind of overdid it with the black jokes, the power to the people jokes with it. Florida and James are truly happy, and it's time for them to get changed. So they go to their room, and JJ, they just make an excuse for JJ to make one of them entrances in this outfit, this multicolored outfit.
With his chest all out.
Yeah, and just let they just give
But
for a
before,
laugh.
but you do have to kind of go before that because before JJ walked out in that outfit, you mentioned Florida and James going back to the bedroom, going back there get a little nookie.
Not with Florida. Because I'm going to tell you, anytime James think about it, Florida be like, James, we going to have another kid. Girl, I'm not. Girl, I know what to do.
But
I'm not,
but
I can't afford-
it's just funny that it's just like hey, it's just funny how they just walk back to the bedrooms like I'm out. No, you don't notice that when you're 7.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when they really need to get it on, they make everybody leave.
Probably
Them
the
walls,
best bet.
those walls are thin. I still do not understand how your father is the 8 of 9. 8 of 9 in the calendar. I don't know. I don't. Leave. Go out and play. All of you. Like I say, JJ comes out. Mom, where's the deodorant? I need to roll on deodorant. Why? Because it keeps missing me. The spray on keeps missing me. I was like, oh, God. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Thelma and Michael return. Thelma. Why is Thelma always picking up Michael from school? Like he can't get to school he can't walk by himself.
Well, a lot of times he did. A lot of times, most times he does come home by himself. He might have called Thelma because he didn't want to call them. That's probably why.
Yeah, because they
said,
walk
Thelma,
in.
can you come pick me up? I don't know how he got in touch with Thelma.
That's true, because it wasn't.
It's not like they're walking around with Apple with Apple phones, iPhones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah. They come in and JJ's like, "You better get ready for your party," and Thelma's like, may not be a party. Why? Tell him. Michael don't want to tell him. Seems as though he got a letter
For somebody who is so intelligent, and it's not like the reason that he had for not taking the test was a bad reason. But you don't just keep saying, I don't want to talk about it? What?
Yeah, you don't want to talk about it?
Really?
You gonna tell that to James Evans Sr.? I don't know. I really don't know if you're gonna tell that to James. You ain't gonna say that too many times to James Evans Sr., but I guess.
Yeah.
They're talking. Thelma, Michael has failed the IQ test and he doesn't want to speak on it. And JJ doesn't want Thelma to tell mom and dad because Henrietta's coming over. So James and Florida come out. James is in his wedding and funeral suit, and he has his pipe in his pocket as he always does. And they enter to hear all the arguing, and they learn that Michael walked out. You failed an IQ test.
He walked out, bruh. He said, I walked out.
I walked out.
So James said, you walked out, huh?
I'm going to show you. I'm about to start reaching for that. But I'm going to walk up and down. And he explains that he walked on the IQ and he gives them the letter. And the letter is from the school saying that we feel Michael should not consider 4-year college and should think about going to trade school. I think that is such a hell of a...
Once again, trade school. There is absolutely nothing wrong with trade school because if you know how to fix the air conditioning,
we did not say that. I'm
not saying that you said anything. I'm not saying anything. Okay. I'm not referring to what you're saying that there's something bad about it. I'm just clarifying and making sure that people understand that there's nothing wrong with going to a trade school. Because
I do.
Have you seen how much they charge for fixing the air conditioning unit?
Plumbers doing well.
Go to Texas. I bet you if you were an AC man in Texas, you are like Fred Sanford. I am sitting on top of a gold mine, Your Honor.
I guess we live in an era. If you just say words, everybody says who you think. It's
Man,
like, yeah,
my boy,
I get it.
my boy who's I mean, you know, Fabe, frat brother and class of '92 St. Aug. He did it for a little bit in Texas. Hand over foot, cash,
There's a
money,
there's a
baby.
cat. There was a cat I played ball against. He went to 35, and he is a master plumber. And I watch him,
Oh, don't talk about that plumbing. Ooh.
bruh. He is.
Your toilet back up?
He is. Look, count it, count
Yeah.
it. He said, "Man, he did a live stream one day. He was laying some he was digging a hole and laying pipe. It's just laying a pipe. I can't help it. I tried that voice. I
First
really
time
tried.
first time I
like-
heard, I was thinking to myself, this is not, this is not.
I really was
This
trying
is
to
not
find a
gonna
way.
end
It's not.
And then you went again, you laying something. I was like,
It's not working. Then you keep looking at me like that. You're not helping. You really weren't. I was like, because he's and you look laying. He was laying pipe. Yeah, like I said.
yeah.
But he makes a lot of money. Moving on.
Oh yeah, you make some money though.
But Michael, let me state, Michael is like wants to talk. It's like I don't want to talk about it. Really? James wants to put hands on. James wants to put hands on Michael. Of course, Florida stops him. But James said, "Ain't gonna be no party since Mike don't want to talk." They eventually talk to Michael, and Michael explains that the IQ test is a white racist test. And it's kind of like, look, we get it. You say this a lot. Like, how can the test be racist? And he explains to him that it measures how white you are and not how intelligent you are. Presenting questions like, if you have this many cups and saucers, how many more do you need for such and such amount of guests? And James in Florida mentions like, we didn't have cups and saucers in my house. You know what I mean?
James
There
like,
was
we didn't
no-
have a table.
We ain't ever tell you. I was like, damn, James, who are you living in?
James was on a different kind of poor, bro.
Bruh.
James was on a different kind of poor
Yeah.
growing up in Mississippi.
Growing up in Mississippi, yes. But it's funny because I do remember this episode because I remember, once we were in school, you just thought we were taking standardized tests, like from second grade on. You know what I mean? You're just taking you're taking these tests over and over. And I definitely remember a question asking me about a deck, and I remember saying, "What?" I remember sitting there saying, "What is a deck?" I definitely remember sitting, there's a question about a deck, and I was like, I really want to answer this question, but I don't know what the hell a deck is. I don't, and it didn't make sense to me.
The only deck that I knew was at that time probably was on a ship, only because of the Love Boat. Only because of the Love Boat.
Wow. But I mean, for me, I was like,
that's the only way I heard of the word deck, because Isaac probably said it, or the Captain Steuben said it.
yeah, you're right. You know what? You probably, if I'd have been more than, I mean, I knew the Love Boat, but I probably would have brought that. I was like, are we talking about a boat? I may have even thought that.
I'm not saying that I would have even thought that. I may have thought that, or I probably would have said deck of cards. What?
It just is. And I totally understood what Michael was saying. And I must admit, JJ's whole run this whole episode is pushing. He's steadily asking about getting Henrietta to the house, and it's kind of quite annoying. Like, I think,
Yeah, it was getting kind of irritating after a while. I was like, bro, come on.
yeah, come on, bro.
You taking selfishness to new eyes, bro.
Yeah, James in Florida are talking about, you're going to ruin your life, this, that, and the other. And
slow down, Florida. There
Slow
goes
down.
Florida, the queen of extremes. With you may have ruined your whole life.
with
Come on,
not taking this
Florida.
test.
Come on, Florida.
And I mean, to speak back to JJ's annoyance. James was getting upset. Was said, Junior, your membership in this family is getting shaky
Yeah.
about a minute.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's like,
I remember that.
there are times, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like we should have seen like some real Joe Jackson violence on the on Good Times, cause it's like he really refrained himself. Cause he said something else. He said, Junior, I'm warning you, I'm getting ready to tear up your birth certificate. But again, they pushed Michael to tell, and they spoke about it, and they all decide, you know what? Well, you know what, James? We going down to that school right now, and we gonna talk to somebody. So they go down and meet one Donald Hargrove, played by an Austin Pendleton. This man's got like 169 roles in a career, which the most famous movie you might know of is he did a voice in Finding Nemo.
Did he?
Yes, I was in New York.
I remember he was kind of typecast in the 80s as like the nerd.
Yes. He did a lot of he did some Woody Allen movies, and he was just that. That was his typecast in the films he would be in. I remember being in New York, probably about 2003, and I'm walking down the street, and I saw him, and I was like, "Hey," he said, "How you doing?" And I had nothing else.
He was so happy that you recognized him.
Yeah, and I just felt bad because all I could say, is, "Hey."
He was like this. Yes, it's me. It's me.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. His character Hargrove is a nerd for statistics and percentages, always quoting to his assistant this, that, and the other. This is the man who has said that Michael needs to go to trade school, and with all these numbers. Even though I don't know what his actual job is, he just kind of sits there and just quotes numbers. Florida and James arrive, and he
wasn't he a counselor?
I guess he was. For the most part, he was a counselor to make a decision like that. I'm assuming that they never really state, but it's like you gotta assume that.
I would assume that he's a counselor if he's telling somebody what their future is, basically.
Yeah, and he's going through these numbers, and he's trying to. They ask him about it, and they explain why Michael did so poorly. Is that he keeps going back to his counting machine or computer it's called the ABX Technocrat, and he keeps going.
And I get his attachment to it because, hey man, when we got that Atari, hey man, there was nothing that could beat the Atari 2600.
Oh God. Well, let's state nothing could. He starts talking about the numbers, and they're adding numbers up, and then he looks up, and he says, "Oh, you're black," and Florida says, "You noticed."
You noticed.
That is the type of line that made Florida worthy of a spinoff. Yeah. It's just like she was the greatest smart ass. Like you noticed,
you noticed,
you noticed. Made her great. That was the greatness. Once they start talking about, how it's unfair to minorities, and then they ask him about his IQ. Now he says, "I have an IQ of 178." Now, how about this? I'm not knocking guidance counselors, but if you have an IQ of 178, you've been exposed to a lot of things that will have you doing more than being a counselor and berating children.
You're kind of knocking guidance counselors.
So wait, hold on. I wasn't.
Bro, you're talking about the smarts of a person, and you're like. You're not gonna guidance counselor.
Wow, man, I apologize. I didn't feel I was. I didn't feel I was, but now I feel kind of bad.
Yeah, you should.
Wow,
you should.
Thank you, Kermit.
No, man. No, I only say
Thank
that.
you, Kermit.
I only say that, bro, because
Hi ho.
like you would like no one will ever understand the amount of information a guidance counselor gets that either they wanted to know or did not expect to know or did just it's just
I'm
God.
not doubting that. I'm not doubting that at all. I'm not doubting that at all. I'm just
He's still kind of
I
of insulted him.
do that.
He did.
I think that. Oh, I think.
I mean,
you
maybe.
know what?
Look, listen. You didn't realize it, but kind of did.
That is unfair. Very unfair. Very unfair.
He did.
Well, you know what? I apologize. I just, but you know what? When we talked about the zero, you jumped on the bandwagon when we talked about that zero credit number.
Yeah,
That's
I did.
bad.
I did.
You jumped on that bandwagon.
Bruh.
Nah.
Is there anybody on earth right now with a 0 credit rating, bruh? Outside of a baby.
Just stop. I'm not even. So, like I said, he has a night. They ask him about his IQ. He has a 178. Then Florida begins to present him with questions from another IQ test, a black intelligence IQ test created by a black psychologist. And
what's Malcolm X's last name? Is it
Jones.
Little Brown or whatever?
Yeah, Jones is like, no.
I didn't really like the way he played that either. He tried to blow it off like Malcolm X Jones. Like, oh really? That's what you gonna do with Malcolm X's name.
But you know what? That's what
that's how they treat it. That's how they treat it.
At that point, he would have done it just like that. I have no doubt.
That's how they treat it. I give it, just kind of get you angry.
They got him. They proved it wrong. They proved him wrong, and they told him, and he kept answering.
Come on, James.
Question after
I'm
question.
going to sew Michael's Supreme Court robe right now.
They prove him incorrect, and they decide it's like, we're not going for this. He's going to college, basically. And I'll say later in my superlatives. Yeah. So
I don't call them superlatives. I never called them superlatives.
Okay.
I've always referred to them as categories.
Okay.
I'm gonna look that up. I want to look up superlatives.
They're categories. There you go. This has been.
I want to know. I really want to know. Because if I did say that, I'm like, man.
I just said that. Let's.
Superlatives of the highest quality of degree.
The point is that Florida and James was not having it, proving him wrong to the point where they made his little computer start to smoke, and they said, "You wrong. You ain't judging our boy. He's going to be a lawyer," and they bounce out.
That was a great part when his little computer blew up on him.
Yeah, and he didn't really know what much. It was kind of funny when he threw the rag over it. He didn't know what to do. He just threw a rag over it because he was scared it would start smoking. The Black Log is sponsored by Faded Black Funeral Homes. Death is a part of life, so put life into your loved one's death at Faded Black Funeral Homes with t-shirt printing, tattoo artists on site to commemorate your loved ones. Fade to black. Now, are they superlatives or are they categories? I don't know. Quote of the show. I got 2. Number 2 is Mr. Hargrove when he says, "Oh, you're black," and Florida says, "You noticed."
That was a good
Number
one.
2.
That was a good one.
And 1, when they finally started breaking ground with Mr. Hargrove, and they said, and James said, "You see."
Oh, you took mine.
Oh, well, I'll let you say it.
Nah, go ahead.
No. I'll be like the polite woodchucks. I mean,
No, you got it.
No. Okay. James says, "You can't tell me where I'm at if you ain't been where I've been." Understand where I'm coming from? It was a quote of the show because he couldn't understand. He just couldn't understand how they were trying.
He said, "How you gonna know where I'm at if you ain't been where I've been?" Understand where I'm coming from?
Hey man, It was a classic because he didn't understand. It's like he kept trying to explain to him that we come from different worlds. That doesn't mean we're different in intelligence.
Oh, I
Um,
actually did have another one. I said
uh-huh.
your membership in this family is getting shaky about a minute. James telling JJ.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if this is, I had it as background, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if it's a background Brent quote. It might be a
Uh-huh.
good quote of the show.
Well,
When
wait
what's the
till
name said,
oh, you want to quote
go
the
ahead.
show? Okay.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I
When
wasn't
the,
gonna say anything.
I'll leave it for the background, Brent.
Not if you think if it's a quote of the show.
well, when what's his name said my IQ is 178, Jay said, "Ooh, you a regular big head." I was like,
I didn't have
"Jeez,
that as any kind of quote, but I did have it mentioned at the end, towards the end. It's like you a regular big head, ain't you?
you a regular big head." I was like, just
I am quite sure that we have the same shagu moment. I know we got
yeah.
the same menstrual moment of the show. I know
Oh,
this.
Florida mocking her son JJ.
Oh, really?
Huh? Was
That's
another
not
mama?
mine.
What is it?
Wow. JJ, you mean everybody don't eat chitlins for dinner? Oh, JJ. 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 JJ.
Now that you remind me, I have a sinking feeling in my stomach. Now that you
JJ.
remind me.
You feel like what was your boy name? Was it Ralph? Ralph Wiggums on The Simpsons? And Bart was looking at the TV with Maggie and said, wait, Lisa. He was looking at it and he said, you can pinpoint the exact moment when his heart drops into his stomach. And Ralph was like, whoa. That's how I
Whoa.
felt, bro. When he said, you mean everybody don't eat chitlins for dinner? Oh, JJ.
Oh, JJ is right.
JJ.
Still an issue in the community. What you got?
Bias test.
Yeah.
My friend, am a perfect example of that. I couldn't pass the SRA. I don't even know what was SRA stood for in Louisiana. I don't even remember. Something
Standard reading
reading,
something.
standard reading
You couldn't pass
assessment,
that.
I guess.
You never passed it. It wasn't never
I
passed. It
never
was just
did well on it. I didn't do well. I don't think I did well. I think I did okay on the high school placement test. I feel like I did. But the key is when Howard came around and they came to visit us. Dude came to visit us from Howard my senior year. Oh, it might have been the end of my junior year. And he said, and I remember at the end of his presentation, I said, hey, what is the lowest score that you all accept on the ACT? And at the time, what is that? He flicking a lighter?
no.
Oh. Oh. And he was like 17. And I turned around to my boy and went, yes, I'm in. Because guess what I got? 17. I was
I had
never
taken
good at
test.
taking the test.
I'm glad I didn't have the anxiety that kids have today with tests because I had
Oh,
taken
man.
tests. I had taken tests for so. I've been taking that. I've been taking those tests since first grade. So to me, every test was just like, oh,
Yeah,
we're
we
taking
did.
one
We
of those
took
tests
tests in
again.
first grade, yeah.
And we
Yep.
taking those tests. So when it came to high school, it's like, oh, we taking the one for school. Okay. I'm taking another one of those tests. I remember Mama said, well, we were playing for the conference championship that night. Your mama said, boy, make sure you get home at regular time. You gotta go take your
Regular
SAT
time.
tomorrow. Oh,
Mama,
get
you do know that I have a game tonight.
I have a game tonight, Mom. I got a game tonight. You got to take the SAT in the morning. I'm gonna take it, Mom. I'm gonna take it. Look at that. I
And,
really
and let me tell you something. I got in on my ACT scores. I promise you, I would have never gotten in on my SAT scores.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't even share. I think I have almost
I
purposely
fear.
forgotten my scores that I took on the SAT, that I made on the SAT.
I fear what my math was. I, 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 I,
And you
I
talking to
found.
somebody who had a scholarship at St. Aug for all the way up until my senior year. I didn't have one. I got my scholarship taken away. I didn't have it in my senior year. Blowing. I won't even get into it.
Years later. Years later.
I'm not even getting into it.
Anything
Blowing.
unrealistic?
I didn't have anything. Dad nostalgia? Oh wait, did you have anything for unrealistic? You got something. I see your brain working.
No.
You got something there. No?
No, I have nothing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Any dad nostalgia?
No, I have no dad nostalgia. Like I said,
actually
my
do.
background.
I got dad nostalgia. Your dad sticking up for your child. I remember when I got jumped by some dudes in the jungle over there by Winn-Dixie.
I don't know what this got to do with testing, but I want to hear.
I mean, I just think about sticking up for your child. I remember
Okay.
I was out there, I was with this dude. I'm not gonna say his name, but we were walking around Eckert's, and I saw some dudes. I never forget, one of the dudes had a little fur. It was all, you know what? It almost looked like that hat that your boy wore on the Great Pumpkin. The dude with the little fur. He the one who had on the ghost costume, and nobody knew who he was, but he had on that damn furry hat.
Oh, the coonskin hat?
With the coonskin hat.
Yeah.
So we saw him walking, or maybe it was a Kangol. Maybe he had a furry Kangol on. Anyway. So we walked out of Eckert's after we went over there because he wanted to go. I walked with him because he wanted to go grab something to eat out of Eckert's, like some chips or something. And we came back out, bruh, and all I heard behind me was, "Y'all from the jungle? Y'all from the jungle? Like, what's up? What's up?" And I was like, "Huh?" And before I could even think, bruh, bam, got hit in the back of the head, and I started to turn my head, and when I turned around, they had the dudes who had already come out of Eckers. When I turned around, the Godfather's Pizza to the left, they had two other dudes coming out. I said, "Oh Lord," then they set up an ambush. And the dude that I came with, all I saw was the back of his head. Wow. Gone. I mean, headphones and all, tape, his little cassette, everything. And they cut me off, and I ran into the Winn-Dixie. And Miss Mac happened to be in there and brought me home.
She walked you out. They were still out there?
Bruh, I just happened to go in when I ran into Winn-Dixie because I'm like, you ain't gonna chase me. I hope you ain't gonna chase me to Winn-Dixie. And they didn't. And when I ran in there, Miss Mac happened to be in one of the lines getting her groceries.
Miss Mac was our neighbor. So
Yeah.
He's not saying that. Everybody sitting there saying, "What the hell is a Miss Mac?" Miss Mac was our neighbor.
And Miss Mac was like, "What happened?" I was like, "I just got jumped." She was like, "Oh, I'll take you home. Thank you."
Thank you. Been real funny. She said, "You on your own."
Yeah, it would have been best.
Miss Mac. Miss Mac.
So we went back home, and I went back around the corner, and I was outside with my boys or whatever. And your pa just pulled up around the corner, bro. He never pulled up around the corner in the car. Never drove around that corner. He drove around the corner. I saw that little blue Subaru coming around the corner. Pulled up, rolled down the window, and said, "Get in." I got in. He said, "Where were they?" Bruh, he went looking for him, bruh. We went all the way down, not Bullet. No, Bullet. We went all the way down Bullet going towards not Shipment Tour. What is that street? Where I was in the car wreck. Where I was in the car wreck.
Haynes?
We were going towards Haynes. We were driving towards Haynes, and he cut. He made a left on one, like on the street, like right before you get to Ames, and we went down, and he was literally looking, bruh, for these dudes, bruh. And he was like, you see, and nobody was outside at the time. And I was actually happy that Dad did not find him, because I'm like, man, he might still be locked up. How angry he was.
How did he know?
I mean, I guess Mama told him that I got jumped.
You had returned home already.
Yeah,
Okay.
And Miss Mac, have something like that. You know, she's not just gonna let me out of the car. You know, she's gonna walk up with me to the door.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, Ryan got jumped. And, yeah, I saw him. I was leaving. He just ran up to me. When I saw him, I was like, oh, yes, Miss Mac, yes. Can I please get a ride on?
Well,
yes, that is my dad nostalgia story.
He did not go to jail.
Sticking up for your child.
He did not go to jail.
Yeah, we went back home, but he was hot, bro. Like it was a scary. It was a real scary, calm kind of hot too. Like it wasn't like the normal dad get mad and what. No, it was he just quiet, bro. And I was like, I don't think I've seen this angry side.
It's a little bit extra right here. I don't know about this.
Yeah,
this is a little extra. I don't want to mess with this version of him. I really don't want to meet this version of him in the alley. Hey, as always,
you got your background Brent quote?
No, my background Brent quote was the ones that you old big head.
Oh yeah. I had one. I don't know if it's a background Brent quote, but I did like that quote from JJ. Something about intending, and he said you're not intending to get be an intendant or something. He said you're not intending to get married.
Get married?
He said, but I am intending to go as far as I can up to that. Up to that
he
point.
did say, I am intending. He always had a play on the words. It's, he JJ'd. How about that? He JJ'd. That's what I'm gonna call it.
That's a very. Maybe we should change that. Maybe we should change that from the Shagu moment of the show to the JJ. Look who's JJing.
Who JJ'd this week? Yeah, bro. Mm-hmm. Who JJ'd this week?
Yeah.
We got the return of Ron Glass. The return of Ron Glass is coming
next week. Yeah.
In a whole new role.
Encyclopedia Hustle. And then we have a re-air. The following week we'll be re-airing our since now it seems like we got a few more people listening who probably special. Didn't hear. We will be re-airing our Halloween special where we took a deep dive into the Great Pumpkin. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, that will be before. Yeah, you want to air it before because Halloween is on
a Friday. Yeah.
Yes, it's on a Friday. Yes, it's on a Friday. I don't know why I'm looking. Just make sure it's on a Friday.
Yeah.
As always, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think you enjoyed it.
I did. I don't know if they did, but I did.
I want to apologize to all guidance counselors. I feel very bad.
It wasn't purposeful.
It really wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't purposeful.
Hey, until next week, my name is Rod. His name is Ryan. I think I'm pointing correctly at him. So see you next week on the Black Log. All right. Peace.